for everything.
Third culture life.
Bros, talk,
Lifestyle.
whatever you want to call it.
We're brothers.
That's right.
Can you tell by our
Interracial by our fingers. Yeah.
fingers?
Yeah.
We have the same shaped fingers, you know.
Yeah, I have a mole right here, so that's really what my skin tone is, you know?
I would show you, but it won't come through the camera. So
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing good, man.
That's good, man.
How about you?
I'm all right. This New York, I've lived here too long, man. I don't. It's just constant frustration, and it's normal. It's normal to be frustrated here. And I almost got into a fight with someone at the MTA.
Oh, really?
On the way here, and
damn. Sorry to hear that, bro.
yeah, I said the MTA lady wasn't helping me, and I said, "You suck at your job."
You told her that?
Yeah, and then she just looked back down on her phone, as if she's been told that for every day of her life. Like, all right, that's fine.
And she's like, thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, it was weird, but yeah, it's New York.
Damn.
But yeah,
yeah.
what are you gonna do?
What can you do, man? You know, I was on the subway and some guy was just like had the whole middle subway car to himself, eating food. There was some food on the other side of like the where he was sitting, so he ate some food from there. He lit some paper on fire, and just in the middle of the day. All right.
I don't. It doesn't. I don't understand. Like, it's like I think someone's. I don't get why no one's doing anything about this, but it's like you start getting conspiratorial about all this. You're like, someone's making money off of this.
Yeah.
'Cause this is, I don't know how, but you start getting that way because you go like, this didn't happen before, and people are letting it happen now.
Right.
What's the difference? You know.
That is true.
So I don't. This is when you just start getting like when people suck at their jobs, you start going like, all right, someone's making money off of this incompetence. You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. Yeah, that's an interesting. Okay, so let's go into it.
Yeah.
So this conspiracy, right?
Yeah.
You know, someone's making a profit off of these people, right?
Yeah.
Whoever these people are, basically, I don't know, people that are doing good at their jobs, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. Who do you think would be profiting from it?
Who? See, this is the thing. It's like, this is the problem. This is what happens when you're like, you just try to find where the money is, and you go like, who's making this? Okay, you want to hear my thing?
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Let's get into conspiracy. Conspiracy.
So before the pandemic,
Mm.
it was insane in New York. It was like a mall everywhere. It was unbelievably safe,
Mhm.
but it was unbelievably also like you could feel that locals were leaving, and that
Right.
culture was dying out, and that people that gentrify this place are kind of like, I don't want to say winning, but they're kind of just they're here,
Right.
and that's it. And then the pandemic happened, right? And then some of them left,
Right.
went back home. People started working remotely, right? So it made it seem like, because there was, and like MTA ridership and all this other shit went down like 50%, 70%.
Yeah,
It
crazy,
still
man.
hasn't really gone up that much.
Still down.
Still kind of down. But because of that, the wealthier, like the middle class, upper middle class, like higher, they're still working remote. They don't take the train. So there's no incentive to help like those people. There's no incentive to help broke people. It's like we're saving. Yeah, this is my conspiracy. We're like, because there's no money in saving broke people, because then what are broke people going to do? They still got to take the train.
True.
Rich people don't really have to take the train.
That's a good, interesting. You know, and I think also too, because
Yeah.
I think what the problem too is that all that shit I was telling you about,
Yeah.
I did not complain.
Yeah.
Like literally, I just sat with it, and
Yeah.
even worse, there was other train cars I could have gone to.
Yeah,
Like, yo,
yeah.
let me leave. But I sat here and accept the misery that was happening in
Yeah.
this car
Yeah.
as part of the tapestry of New York, which is
That's not.
Which makes it even worse. Yo,
No.
rich people complain immediately. Like
They
that.
do,
It's like, no, I'm trying to see where you coming from.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a bad day.
No.
Maybe you had a job with no benefit. They're like,
No,
no,
no.
you supposed to do this.
Yeah.
I'm calling the representatives
Yeah.
of the establishment. You do it, and that's it.
You know what it is? It's the fact that, like, what makes things better is competition. Like businesses, like anytime
yeah.
someone's trying to do something,
Good old capitalism.
right? The problem with like the MTA and all, there's no fucking second subway. There's no like
No second subway.
there's no second like MTA V2 or something like that. Some updated shit with like, I don't even know. It smells nice. Like air freshener in the subway car and stuff like that.
Just a dedicated person with an air freshener bottle.
Yeah. Hi, would you like this? Yeah.
Just spraying in your face.
You know
how does it smell?
That there would be like what do you call it? Subway cars for certain. It would be like homeless people just go to the back.
Shit.
But at the same time, that would be a bad idea because they'd probably like fight each other and stuff like that.
Amtrak does it, kind of.
They do?
Yeah, they got. Well, I
don't
they
know.
don't got like a dedicated car for homeless people.
Yeah.
Actually, you're poor, you can't get on. But
Yeah. Oh, you mean like coach?
Yeah, coach,
Oh.
business class.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, that. But
Huh.
but there's like no. If there was a second MTA, then you would find a way to kind of like, where capitalism has to work. But because there's one, there's always like this thing. That's ever since I've been here. I mean, you tell me if this has happened to you, but like
Right.
ever since I've lived here almost all my life, and
Mhm.
every time there's like an article is like Subway is this, and then there's always like a guy that's complaining, oh, this is Subway, they're all bad, and then in the back of my head I'm like, what else? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing.
You see, all right, that's the
You
thing
can't
that
do
keeps it going that
Yeah,
way, because
you
we
got no options.
right. But I mean, even the methodology, right? Because all right, I have a thing with people that complain about New York, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, New York has always been this way, right?
Yeah.
But even that thought has fucked us up because then we don't complain about it. So like literally, if we see like a huge mountain of trash, we're like, nah, that's New York, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Where somebody would have fucking called and be like, who's the top lieutenant garbage man to solve this? Why you didn't pick it up at 6
Yeah.
p.m. or a.m. whatever the fuck?
Because that means if they start doing their job, then everybody has to start doing their job, and then nobody wants to do their job, basically.
So that's part of the conspiracy then, huh?
This is my conspiracy.
This is a good
I
conspiracy
don't
though.
know what this has to do with immigration or immigrants.
Well,
but I guess immigrants
immigrants do shitty jobs.
conspiratorial.
Yeah,
Do we think a lot about conspiracies?
Oh, what? Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Hell, what? That's why they don't tell us anything.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want anybody to know my blessings because they might take it and besmirch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Those
Those are superstitions. I guess superstitions are conspiracies.
Yeah.
Because they're like make you, how do you say it? Prevent you from doing stuff, or like make you think somebody's against you, or like the world's against you, or something.
Right,
like
or
that.
somebody gonna do something to you. I mean, that's a real thing in African culture.
What are some of your superstitions?
Superstition is like, damn. There's not one that I really carry strongly or whatever, but the one that is in my culture is that like, if something bad happened to you, it means that somebody, what we call it, somebody witch you, right? Witchcraft.
Like the evil eye?
Not even just somebody that has the ability to do witchcraft that did that to you if something bad happened. So say for example, somebody went to sleep and they never woke up. They'll be like, oh, that's witchcraft. It won't be because of like some health ailment or something like that. They'll be like, no, witchcraft. Somebody did something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that. We got the evil eye.
Oh, really?
Like there's one thing where like well, I think that's on this thing, like sometimes they wear like the like bracelet or something like that.
Yeah.
To prevent you from that's why you know that image that's like a blue image and it's like a hand and then there's like an eye in the middle.
The little hand, yeah.
It's like a hamsa.
Right.
It's like this. It's
right.
Like that, and then there's the eye right here.
Yeah.
People hang it on their doors to prevent people giving you the evil eye.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I didn't know. Yeah. I thought it was some like spiritual something. I didn't know the meaning of it.
It's not just for like Jewish people or anything. It's like we have an Armenian friend. He also has that.
Oh, really?
He does. They believe in that stuff and.
Yeah. Oh wow! I mean, you know, sometimes that belief is so strong, man, that I feel like, you know, if enough people believe it, they'll uphold the good and bad of it, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it can kind of perpetuate it. Maybe, I don't know. Like, say you don't have the thing now, somebody do something to you, and then you know that can like circle back to like you. There's no other explanation of this bad thing happening to you, but not having that evil that what's it called
Evil eye.
evil eye like
Yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like explaining the unexplainable.
Also, you might as well just have it, right? Because you
Yeah.
wait, but do you?
It's like $5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, why you you don't want to spend $5 to fucking
Yeah.
protect your life? You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Well,
better that than I guess.
and then a club foot,
Yeah.
you know.
That'll prevent everything, right?
Yeah, you know,
Just the
you can't
evil
get
eye.
you can't get a club foot, and you know once you.
No, it's. I think it's too late.
Oh
Wait, but do you hang anything up? Are you to prevent the witchcraft?
nah, bro.
Yours is just.
I just my just
Yours-
wall just blank, bro. Just
your culture doesn't do anything where you're like, look, to prevent the witchcraft, do this or do that.
well, you try to basically what it is that you try to not like, I guess, I guess in our culture is like you don't want to be too direct with certain things. Like
What do you
say for
mean?
example, like if somebody, like say for example, somebody steals, right?
Okay.
And it's somebody's son, and you be like, this person's a thief, and it's not actually like he's not being caught stealing, or there's not enough supporting evidence. That alone could put you in a world of like, yo, witchcraft can happen to you, depending on who that person may know. Because what may happen is that, okay, you say my son's bad, or I don't find somebody who's a witch and get you or whatever and fuck your shit up.
Well, how? Well, why? Wait, I don't understand.
It's almost kind of like, okay, it's almost like you know a guy, right?
Yeah.
And this guy can do things or so like that, right?
Yeah.
And some beef happened with you and somebody, and you be like, yo, look, I ain't got the means, so I know this guy that can do some, you know, magical shit.
Yeah.
Yo, go get this person. This person been fucking with me, right? But then the person on the other side has been fucking with you. He probably knows that, so he's probably like, yo, like, you know. So like that's just like the world. It's kind of like back to that whole world that's being supported, or it can be perpetuated, where it's
Yeah.
like witchcraft exists.
Right.
It can happen. People can put it on you. So you move cautiously, so then that doesn't happen to you. So then that's where you don't reveal too much or something. Or like, you know, say for example, somebody got land or something like that. You don't like fight. You be like, no, this is my land. You be like, yo, you might get witched out here. Relax, bro. I know it is your land, but yo, it might cost your life if you keep on acting like that. So you can't be too direct with certain things.
I have this thing where my family doesn't like telling anyone that they're going on a trip
Oh, that's a common thing. Yeah. Hell yeah.
until they come back, or
No.
until they like go.
until they get there, they don't tell nobody.
No.
And then they don't tell nobody when they leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do the same exact thing. Oh my god, same exact thing, bro.
I remember I remember, what is it called? Like, my family, they love leaving at night. Like leaving to the flight at night because no one will see them leave. Because they think that if someone sees them leave, that someone might know that the apartment's going to be empty for a decent amount of time. It's just because when you leave with suitcases on
Right.
out of the apartment building, because they know,
okay,
they know, they're like, all right, come on, let's go.
that's some like real. Okay, that ain't no witchcraft.
That's just, I don't know if that's.
I mean,
that's just you
streets
think
watching, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
There you go.
streets watching, yo. You know what I mean?
That's why, like, red eye flights, those are perfect for the most superstitious people. There'll just be like a bunch of people. They're like, no one knows we're here, right? No one. No one knows.
Evil eye, red eye.
Yeah.
Same, what's the
Oh,
difference,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, what's the difference? Still
Yeah.
an eye. You know, red
Yeah.
eyes are not good. They're bad.
It's so. I'm like, what the fuck is gonna happen? Oh, here, did you ever get this? Where like, if you go out of your apartment,
Mm-hmm.
but you forget something like your keys or something like that, and then you have to come back, you got to look in the mirror for like 30 seconds, or else you'll explode or something. I don't know why.
Yo,
You never got
son.
that?
No,
I've
hell
had
nah.
that. Yeah, I've had.
Imagine fucking you late for work or you late for something. You
Yeah.
forget your keys. You walk back.
Yeah, you tell your boss you're late for like 30 minutes, and you're like, "Why were you late?" It's like, look, you know how it is when you lose something. You got to look in the mirror for like 30 minutes. You know what I'm talking about?
Bro.
Then your boss is like, "You're fired.
Hey,
Get
get
out
outta
of here.
here."
What are you, your mirror habits? That's what we have to worry about now."
Yo, imagine how the person looks just staring at the mirror. Just go.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
you have so much anxiety in your head. You just
Yeah.
that's fucking hilarious, yo.
But so you never had that.
Nah, no
Okay.
mirrors. Nah, not
No
the
mirrors?
mirrors. Nah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like you need these kinds of things to, I don't know, feel like you're protected or something.
Yeah, I mean, like in those countries, man. I know my country, bro. Shit just be happening, bro.
Yeah,
like,
so
and then
you're
you
like,
ain't got
I need to make sense out of this.
Yeah, you have no means. There's no doctor at hand to be like,
No.
hey, I'll come. Let me know if I got something. And even if that doctor got tools, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's I noticed, like, a lot of, I don't know if you guys think this, but it might seem like we're making fun of these superstitions, but it's like, this is just what we were taught. That's one thing that I noticed about like American people and like quote unquote whatever Americanized like white people and stuff like that. They tend to make fun of these things, but at the same time, like if you lived in a third world country, you'd try to think of why shit is burning down every day yourself. It's just that everything's okay all the time. So you're like, why do you guys believe this? Because fucking 2 doors down, there was a burned down house 2 days ago, and then 3 doors down that way, a fucking house got watered down.
There you go.
2 elements. So
You gotta fucking
so
watch
you gotta
out.
figure it out. You go like, oh well, at least we got a doctor. They don't even have a fucking doctor there.
Yeah.
Their doctor is like, they had those doctors at the time probably where I didn't experience this, but remember I always hear doctors going to the house.
Yeah.
So I've never had that happen, like,
Right.
but that was just so interesting that they had to go. It's like a mail order doctor or something.
A mail
like
order
that.
doctor.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, yeah, like around my time with my cousins, uncles, and stuff
Yeah.
like that, they would just have somebody who's like they call it a bush doctor.
Bush
doctor, yeah.
Bush or butch?
Not a
Like
bush.
a butch.
Yeah.
Lesbo doctor.
Lesbo doctor.
What's up? Trying to fix that puss.
Just jab a finger in there.
What's
just
good?
Like, just
It's
like,
okay. I can do this. I'm a butch. Yeah, he has like she has like a baseball cap. African butch doctor.
Person just comes in, dude, like, my stomach hurt. Just jab a finger up his ass. Be like, yeah, you fine.
Yeah, you're okay.
you
Pussy, like fucking starts shaming you.
flip his cap backwards.
Yeah.
It's like, where
What's
you get the hat
going-
from?
Yeah, this is part of our what do you call it? Uniform. to do this. Ultimate butch.
Just
That's
got a fresh
right
New
there.
York fitted. Just
Yeah.
like turn it backwards. Like, where you?
Yeah.
Where you from? Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm from your mom's place. What's up? Starts insulting you. But what were you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, so butch doctor or whatever, right? So is this somebody who knows about like how to fix certain ailments or whatever? And it I guess maybe, I don't know, you call it superstition, but it did. People live and still live to some extent that way.
Is it are they medical? Like, do they go to the school?
No, medical school. No,
So
I
how do
mean,
they learn
you
this?
go through. It's kind of like they got like certain like schools or whatever in which people kind of go through. I don't know all the details, but basically you learn about how to live off the land or whatever.
Huh.
So like, yeah, like say for example, when I used to get ringworm or whatever when I was younger.
Shit.
So like literally, what my mom would do would just get like burnt charcoal and just rub it on my face, and then that'll be gone within overnight. I'll get the cream for the doctor. That would take a week. It was to the point the doctor's like, how do you?
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, oh yeah, just do this, and that. I get a little bit of water. I put burnt charcoal and this and that, blah, blah, and that's it. And that like goes away. And that came completely from like just, just getting learned. Like, grandfather taught her or taught everybody. And that was just the way you get it. It's like, oh yeah, your foot, your leg's broken. Oh, you just do this, and this and that. And then that's it. So like, people's legs break all the time and they just know what to do. But they learn that strictly from like, I guess, centuries of whatever passed down.
that happened to me when I was visiting my grandma
Mm-hmm.
in Israel, and I had bronchitis or something. Like I couldn't
wow.
breathe right or whatever. And then we went to the doctor. I don't have insurance or anything, and they were
Yeah.
like they didn't know what was wrong. So she made some kind of mix of it was like milk, oil, and some kind of tea leaves or something
Wow.
like that.
Okay.
I don't know what the mix was. Still
Yeah.
to this day, and I drank it, and after a day, it went away. So you kind of go. You know, it's funny. It's like people are trying to. Here's the conspiracy thing again, where like
Ooh.
the medical and all this other stuff is
Yeah.
like there's a lot of money in that. So like to actually treat it, it can just go away like that. And if you just use natural ailments, then it's just gone. You know, and
Yeah.
and it's just shit that you can find in your home and stuff like that. But
That's a fact, bro.
so, but I'm not gonna say that doctors aren't like.
No, doctors know. I mean, it's just like I would assume it's like a standard. It's standardized, right? So like standardized. You got factories and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like when you in nature, that's intuition.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes things don't go right.
Yeah.
Sometimes they might get the wrong concoction. You might get more sick, and they be like, yep,
Yeah.
well,
Like, wow, you didn't believe hard enough.
Well, somebody witched you, so
Yeah.
this is not supposed to work on you. It's not my fault.
You can just use back outs, like no refunds.
Yeah,
Just
no
back
refunds.
outs
Yo,
like
you
that.
got an evil eye on you? Well, then the evil's on you.
Are you wearing the necklace or bracelet or whatever? No, then you're fucked, bro.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not to the fault of the person who tried it. It's like, oh, you don't got the proper accessories on you, so
Yeah. This goes to, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I noticed a lot of immigrants, like when they come here, but after they're like fifth, sixth generation, they kind of push away from where they're from more. And I just noticed this because I'm not gonna name this person, but I noticed the comic. I was on a show, and I noticed the comic was just complaining about her dad to the point where like you would, if you closed your eyes, you would go, is this a white dude talking shit about her parents? Like, how much do you hate your dad? You know what I mean? It's like it was weird. It was weird because I know it's very common for white people to be very kind of divided from their parents, and it's like
right.
You know, like I hate my dad, and then there's like common immigrant thing was, oh, if my dad did that, he'd beat the shit out of me, which is also not that great. But
yeah, we don't condone that.
No, but at the same time, you kind of go like, oh, I notice like more immigrant people are just going like, yeah, my mom sucks, my dad sucks.
Yeah, that shit's so wild.
But to the point of like, it's not like I want. Like, this is something that's wrong, and this is what's preventing me from connecting with my mom or dad. This is something that's wrong. I'm above my mom and dad. I don't know if you noticed that, or maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I noticed that, like, say my nieces and nephews now, like, they now are in a place where they're doing things of like, I guess because like the upbringing is so far like not attached to like the main culture, you know what I mean? So like certain times it might be like, hey, there's food at home or something like that. They're like, no, I want McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, back in like when I was younger, like yo, food at home means there's food that we're gonna eat, and that's what we are eating.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's is like, oh, I already paid money for food to make it.
Yeah.
Why am I paying more money to put food on top of the food we got already here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
But now, like, I got nieces and nephews where, like, you know, they don't even think about that dichotomy, nor is it another thing, it's not enforced. So then they might be like, all right, food at home, but they're like, oh, okay, you want Chick-fil-A? All right, cool, I'll get you Chick-fil-A. Where back in the day, it'd be like, just nah. Why not? Because there's food here.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just like, well, damn, all right, well, I guess I got to eat this. Or I got to find my way to make my own food.
So nobody forces them to do it? They just we give in.
Yeah, I mean, not really. Or like I be there sometimes and like there's no tension. There's no whatever. Whereas for me, like when I was younger, it was just tension. Like I wouldn't even dare, bro, if I open the refrigerator and there's food there, I won't dare ask for more food.
Yeah.
It would just be like, I know about it. But then literally I'd be sometimes I'm happy there's food there. I'm eating the
Yeah.
food. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's food there. And they're like, yeah, I want Chick-fil-A. I'm like, every time I'm like,
And
yo,
then you kind of go like, all right, more for me. That's
Yeah.
great.
kind of, but at the same time, it's like again, it's like there's no tension, so I almost get shocked. I'm like, whoa, but you,
Yeah.
there's good food.
They take it for granted.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't like this? I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all came all the way from New York to get this fucking. You don't want this?
Yeah, but then they're in their teens, early teens.
Yeah,
So
I
then
mean,
once they leave, they'll probably be like,
yeah, but I mean, like, just there's no tension.
They don't ever argue for it. Yeah.
Yeah, before at least there was a tension that if you had to fight through that tension of like shit. All right, I get my own job, I get my own money, I gotta get my own food. This and that. You had to figure out a way to cut through
To
that.
get what you wanted.
Whereas now it's kind of like what you ask, you may receive.
Yeah, you gotta. If you're an immigrant parent, you gotta just feed your kids your bullshit.
Yeah,
Just feed them. Stop doing McDonald's and all this other
bullshit
shit.
and rice.
Yeah, feed them that. Yeah, I remember my my grandma fed me. This is me as an American coming to visit her.
Yeah,
She fed me. She liked feeding me like eggs and stuff like that for breakfast. And I never liked the white part when it was overeat. What is it called? Sunny side up.
Oh,
Where
okay.
I like dip. When I was a kid, I liked dipping the.
interesting. You didn't like the white part?
So this is what happened. So I didn't like it, and my mom always she said, "All right, do whatever you want," and then
Yeah,
nothing would. I think either my mom would eat it or we would throw it out or something like that. Go to visit my grandma. I just started doing that, and then one morning, she doesn't cook me eggs, and I said, "What? Why not?" And she's like, "You're wasting my food," and I said, "What do you mean?" She's like, "If I cook you eggs, you have to eat the whole egg. You can't just you can't just dip one part with bread and then that's it."
yeah,
And then ever since then, I've just been eating
the whole thing.
the whole thing.
But see,
But
that
that's
shit
like
works.
it's adamant. Because where's the kid gonna go? You gotta treat your kids like dogs. All right. You gotta. Where else are they gonna go? They're 10. They're gonna yell, scream, cry, and eventually you're just gonna be like, all right, the food's right there. I'm not. Because if you gotta think ahead as an abuser. All right. You gotta think ahead. All right. So this is what's gonna happen. Look. You feed your child, right? You feed him whatever you want, and you leave it there, and then the kid's gonna go like, "I don't want that." And okay, all right, whatever you name your kid. All right, Mordecai.
Mordecai.
All right, do what you want. Go to sleep. But this is what I'm feeding you. And let's say you have a very hateful child, right?
Right.
Your kid's a very little devil, starts calling the police.
Oh, that's a real devil. Okay.
Devil.
Yeah, that's
devil.
it.
And he's like,
All right.
"Oh, my mom is abusing me." And then they'll be like, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh, she didn't feed me." And then they can come. So this is how far I'm
Right.
thinking.
Okay,
the
yeah.
cops will come,
All right.
and then the food will still be there. And you're like, "I'm not a fucking abuser. This kid's a little devil."
Alibi on deck.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You got to start thinking. I
Oh.
can't wait to have kids.
I can't wait to create false alibis based
Hell
on
yeah.
pots of food.
I'm going to take pictures of the food and make sure to take a screenshot of a newspaper and a time, like a clock right
Yeah.
next to it, to show that I cooked it at this time and that when you get here,
Right.
I'm not a bad parent.
Fuck it. Make an IG profile. Make
Yeah.
an IG a new IG profile,
Yeah.
just food.
Yeah,
Or
and
just you took a
time.
picture.
Yeah, this is proof that I fed my child and that my child is just being a little bitch.
There you go. See, officer, I had a post here that was posted and got like 20 likes.
I bet you the cop won't even he'll just be like, I would just go like, "All right, you want him? You can take him.
Yeah, that's it.
You want to feed him? All right,
I
whatever."
actually had an uncle like that. No, it
What?
was an uncle. I had a family member or somebody that I knew or something that his son threatened to call the whatever, and
Yeah.
the cops came or whatever, and it's like, yeah, we was hearing that you was beating your son or whatever. He's like, yeah, I beat him.
And what
He's
happened?
like, yeah, I beat him with this, So yeah, that's he's my son, so he would do something about, I'll beat him.
What
Any
happened?
other questions? I think the cops, like the way he was so matter of fact, the cop was like, it's just like he just logically, he's like, yeah, I beat him with this belt, and he did something
Right
bad,
here,
so I
as
beat
you
him.
can
Yeah,
see,
he's
the
like,
marks are here.
It's right here.
Yeah.
I will beat him again because he's my son, so
And
I would do it.
If he tells the cop that if you want to come here, you can join in.
Yeah,
If you live here-
it's like, hey, if you want to come see him doing bad
Yeah.
stuff, fine. I will beat him again, and then that's it.
You want to join in? Just come here. You have a belt right there.
Yeah, you
so
have a
let's go.
baton. Yeah, give me that one. Actually, you want to trade? This one works. Believe me.
Yeah, and nothing happened.
I don't think anything happened. I think like literally how matter of fact effect it was from what I heard from the story. It was just like,
Wow.
it's just kind of like, because cops are not too young to not know that violence has some, even though it's bad, has some effect because they do violence, right? So it's like you tell an officer like, hey, yeah. An officer that used violence to say, "Hey, do not use violence on someone who is not agreeing with your rules," is like ironic.
Yeah,
right? It's like
kind of hypocritical.
Yeah, it's like really, guy with the gun and the taser and the fucking baton. Yeah, you won't tell me about not hitting somebody. Yeah, you're right. Good point. Yeah,
that's how the immigrant dad gets along with the cop.
Yeah.
Did you beat someone for not listening to you? And the dad's like, yeah, you know how it is.
Like, come on, you know how it goes, right? Yeah,
and the cop's like, yeah, okay.
You beat, I beat.
Yeah,
they listen.
And then the cop would just write the police report, and then you'd be like, wait, I do this all the time. No. It's like, wait, I should just throw this out.
He has a conflict internal moment, just like,
yeah,
what am I doing? This is me.
Yeah, the whole I don't know, the beating your children.
Yeah, that's a
very I mean,
did you get beat?
No.
Oh wow, look at you. Congratulations. Let's give him a round of applause, Yeah.
Did you?
Hell yeah, got beat. Yeah. I mean, my grandma was the one that did.
That's how it always, that's the more acceptable one because she's older woman.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I had other friends and stuff like that. They got they ass beat. Like I'm there, and it just
man.
Like I see, like literally, do something.
That's
pow, you. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't like. I've been in rooms where parents hit their kids, and look, if you're gonna hit your kids, just do it in the comfort of your own home. Like don't invite an audience.
Yeah, don't make us see that. Don't make us see it.
I didn't pay to see that. I don't want. I could do better things with. It's not like Gladiator. Where I want to like, I want to see. What do like this shit? Like I'm gonna fucking choose. Let him fight. No. Maximus.
Right? It's like, making it awkward for everyone. It's always awkward you in that room, right?
Yeah, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So get up.
Yeah. what are you going to do? Talk to me about what you just did? Yeah, so the reason why I hit him was because, I don't want to make it awkward for you.
And then you're going to be like, oh, you're next. You're like, dude, I'm not your dad. You're not my dad.
Is it? I ain't going to lie to you. I always felt like I could get it next, yo. Because it just happened so sudden. So you're like, shit, is it?
It's a power move, though.
You right,
because it's the dad's letting, or the whoever is letting the kid know, like, it doesn't matter who's in the room. I'll do this.
Yeah, because my grandma used to just like straight up like just she would just be indiscriminate. So like some of my friends too, like they'll act bad or whatever. She was just like and they're like,
wow.
They're like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm beating you because you're bad and you're a kid. What you talk? You think this is just? You think it's only limited to my grandson? No, you
It's to everybody.
Everybody, yeah. She said, she used to just like, like no hesitation, like they'd be like, oh, they'd be like, yo, the American, like, they'd be like, oh shit, yo, what you doing? Yo, what you doing? She's like, yeah, I'm about to beat you. Or you gonna stand there, like, cause I would do it.
Just get out of the way.
Yeah, so they fell in line.
Would they leave the apartment?
No, they won't leave. I mean, it just made a situation where like, hey, in this house you don't do nothing bad or else you get beaten. And then it was just like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna fucking scream and jump around the couches and stuff like that. Crazy.
Oh, it was like that.
It was like they would act crazy or whatever. I grew up, like, in the neighborhood that wasn't all too great. You know what I mean? So some people that they some kids that were just wild.
Yeah.
And shit. And sometimes it might be jumping around the house, yelling and stuff like that. And it's like, yo, stop yelling, not listen and stuff like that, right? And like, sometimes American culture might be like, well, he's not, what can you do? I tried my best. I yelled this and that, whatever. My culture is like, I will beat him. Are you serious? Like this has to stop. This ain't gonna just continue.
Does it work?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Like 100%?
Not 100%. It's like an 80% effective rate. Yeah. It's like a B, a B minus, really. I'm not condoning that you should do it. I'm just stating the facts of its efficacy, and it did have a B minus effective rating.
But does it
take it as you wish?
But does it like create negative? This is what I heard is that it creates like negative side effects.
Yes,
like the long term, where it kind of makes it seem like hitting is the kind of like an acceptable thing to do.
Yes, it does.
So
Yeah.
That's like the long term thing.
Yeah. I mean, look, depending on, I mean, now we live in good times, but it's like, you know, during that times or, you know, when, you know, that, yeah, that invites it hitting,
Yeah.
but you will get hit anyways when you're growing up, depending on who you are. Like if you're a dude or whatever,
Yeah.
you're gonna get hit. If you ain't gonna get hit yet, then that's actually worse. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You mean by a family or by anybody?
By life.
Oh,
Yo,
like in the
people,
park
yeah,
or
people.
something like that?
The
Yeah.
easiest way to disagree with somebody is a punch.
Yeah.
So easy. And
Yeah.
you know, hey, you know, people got stutters and shit. Yo, a punch is just straightforward. Nobody stutter hits.
Right.
People people stutter talk and try to come with abstract ideas. This is not abstract. That is very,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
unfortunately.
But do you think that sometimes like the future generations, like especially here in America, it's a lot safer
Yeah.
just in general
Right.
way of life, so they're not gonna need to do that as much.
I would
It's more
say
psychological.
I would say probably not. And I think that's the it depending on where you are in the country, right?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like kind of like if you lived in a rough neighborhood, right? Even still
Yeah.
today, rough neighborhoods still are not as bad as used to be even in the
Yeah.
90s and shit. Like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
90s, yeah. So I feel like when you are growing up in the world, it's still safer, right? But it's still there's that propensity of that to happen, right? And if you're not aware of like how it happens, it's kind of like, all right, we both been in fights, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost to the point that an extension of that, or you just got hit in general. You getting hit hurts, so then you know when it's gonna come.
Yeah.
You know, you go on the train, somebody balling with the fist and shit. You already
And
kind of
you
got the
just kinda-
vibe.
yeah.
You know, somebody's tense. You don't even gotta psychoanalyze that shit. You just
Yeah.
feel it, right?
Yeah.
But somebody now growing up where it's safe, you ever see somebody like walk in a subway like near somebody who's like crazy, and it's like you be like, yo, what are you doing, yo? This
Yeah.
person will like you already can see like, yo, this person will hit somebody, yo.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
move away. But this person just oblivious. They might sit next to the person, and you be like, yo, bro.
Right.
But
So
I
you're
don't.
saying this is like good prep for New
Yeah.
York.
Again, not saying you should hit your kids, but
But if they know that, then they'll know what.
put your kids in karate class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
No, not karate.
not
fucking,
karate. Yeah, that
Muay
ooh,
Thai.
Muay Thai. There you go. Yeah,
Karate's
karate. You
fucking-
get your ass whooped again and again, and both in practice in real life.
You ever, did you know Tiger Schulmann's?
Oh yeah,
That is the most babysitting.
man,
That's the biggest scam I've ever seen in my life.
throwback.
That's I don't know. A lot of people don't know. When I
Really?
tell them, like, if they're not from New York,
That's
Uh,
like a whole East Coast thing.
I didn't know it was. I thought it was all the guy's. Its name. It's an animal and then a Jewish last name.
You know what?
Tiger Schulmann.
I don't know why. I just this is the first time it really hit me.
Yeah, I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it until recent. Like, I was walking by one. I'm like, wow, that is a. If you just put like Schulmann, and Schulmann, you would think that's a fucking law office. You wouldn't think that. It's just that a guy named himself. I don't even know if that's his real name. He probably legally changed it, like one of those WWE people.
An
My name is
aggressive
Tiger
lawyer.
Schulmann. It's so weird.
Just an aggressive
Ultimate-
lawyer that has a moniker, a tiger as a
Tiger.
moniker for his business.
Yeah, and not he has contributed to so many beat downs
Oh my
in
god!
in America. That guy teaches you how to get your ass whooped every day.
Man,
And I want you, wherever he is, come at me. 'Cause I'm sure I can beat you up. Tiger Schulmann.
Tiger, yo, and you know what? Those commercials back in the day were always cheesy too.
Yeah,
right?
it had
Like,
the
was-
roar. The
Yeah.
fucking- yeah.
There's always some like kids, some white kid with like a bobblehead type of cut. Just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know.
Did I ever? Oh, I didn't tell you this. There was one guy. I went to high school in Queens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was one guy that I went to school with. He was getting really into boxing and Muay Thai, and
Oh,
he
wow.
was really good at it. This
Yeah.
Filipino dude, right? And he built a what is that? What do you call
Punching bag.
it? Punching
thing?
bag. He put a punching bag in his basement and he started doing it and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
One day, as he was talking about fighting and stuff to me, because I wasn't into it, but I like watching UFC and stuff.
Right.
And this one white kid, we kind of knew, he was overhearing us talk, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, I fight too." He's like a skinny white dude, and we were
Right.
like, "You do? All right." And he's like, "If you want to spar, like one of these days, we
shit.
can spar." And then my friend goes, "Where do you train?" And the guy said, "Tiger Schulmann's." And then this is what my friend said. "Yeah, come next week." And I went. His name's Chris. I went,
Yeah.
"Chris, why'd you say yes?"
Man.
So this is what he said. He
What?
said, "'Cause someone's got to teach him." That's all he said.
And did he learn?
So this is what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
It was a backyard, right? They lived in a little house, and it was a backyard.
Right.
And it was me and Chris's brother. It was like we were watching like a fight,
Right.
like UFC, except it was just me and him. And me and Chris's brother just like look at each other because they both like they have the guards and the shit like that.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
he had the head because you know you don't want to fucking kill him or something.
Right,
so
right,
He put
right.
the headgear on. He put the for the knees.
Yeah, the
and
knee
then for the
pads and
elbows
shins and everything,
stuff
right.
like that. So then we go, all right, let's do it. It's just like it was like a backyard fight, and so
Wow.
they started fighting, and Chris whooped his ass. He just destroyed him.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
This is the thing. He was very fair. Like he would punch him and he would hit him, but he wouldn't keep going because he didn't want to he didn't want to he didn't want to fuck him up. You know,
Yeah,
to
right,
that
right,
point,
right.
But he wanted to teach him a lesson. This is what was funny about it was right
All right.
before the fight they were like prepping to warm up, and Chris was like hitting the punching bag and stuff like that, and that kid kicked the punching bag and he went ow right after he kicked, and that's when I knew oh no, this guy's gonna get his ass
He
whooped.
said, "Ow!" After kicking a punching bag, you're supposed to eat that,
Yeah.
even if it hurts.
Yeah, he literally said the word ow. That's probably what they say in Tiger Schulmann's class.
Eh.
Ow! Ow! Just so you can show how weak you are.
Yeah, just you can show how the opponent will react to your punches.
Yeah.
Ow!
Ow! And then he got his ass whooped, and he made him bleed from the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a nosebleed
Right.
from the nose. He gave him a nosebleed, and then after that he was like, good fight. And then I'm like, yeah, you did what you wanted to do. You taught him.
So there you go. He learned. You know, you didn't have to go through some methodology. Well, you see, Tiger Schulmann is
Yeah.
actually something in comparison to Muay Thai. You know, just
No,
hey,
it's not.
let's figure it out. And it was very clear for everybody that
Yeah.
Tiger Schulmann is not good.
You know how you know Tiger Schulmann's his ass?
Why?
There's never been a UFC fighter that has promoted Tiger Schulmann's. There has never been a UFC guy that's like, you know how they go like, yo, my grappling is mad good. My Muay Thai is on, you know, my striking. Nobody
Yeah.
ever goes, yo, I went to Tiger Schulmann's
That's hilarious.
like for 4 years of my life. You know why? Because they all probably died in the ring.
They died in the
that
ring.
guy.
Hold on. What was it even? I mean, Tiger Schulmann's, they never said if they're karate,
It's
if they're like.
babysitting. It's babysitting. That's all.
I mean,
it's karate.
It's karate?
Yes, it's karate.
But yeah, obviously, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
mean,
best scam I've ever seen in my life.
You know, that thing's so hilarious. They used to have schools everywhere. Tiger
Yeah.
Schulmann's,
Yeah, yeah. They still do.
They still do?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, you got like, BJJ, judo, Muay Thai,
Yeah.
Krav Maga. Like, you got so many things you can just do.
Yeah, no one's ever credited that with anything. Nobody's ever credited, yo, man, I killed this dude. Or why would anyone say that? But why?
Yeah.
I've like Krav Maga or something like that. Like, everybody had to make their own.
Yeah, you got to make your own. You know, actually, I did one. It's called, I forgot it's called Ballywalk or something like that.
What's that?
It's like it's like Filipino stick fighting or something like that.
Oh.
And bro, yo, I did not.
You have one stick or
One
two?
stick, no, one stick, and
Okay.
it's like, you know, this long or whatever.
Yeah.
And basically you're fighting with it, but like I'm talking about, it's like some fast, high speed shit. Some grandmaster, he's like in his 68, pot belly, you know, whatever. He's kind of like, you know, look kind of like just like, you know, kind of like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, that stick in his hand, the way he was moving out, I was like, I don't want any. I don't want any
Oh.
parts of that. I don't want
It
any
was a
parts of that.
class?
Yeah, it was like some seminar that I did or whatever, and like, yeah, he was like fighting against like other younger dudes, and like the
Yeah.
younger dudes were like sweating, panting, and like he was just kind of like,
Oh, like the
like literally
Those, like,
grandmaster, you know.
Yeah.
And then after we ate fried chicken and like some
What?
fried pork, it's like that. Some
after
adobo
the
pork.
seminar?
After the seminar, yeah,
It was in the seminar?
it was yeah, after the seminar. But yeah, like literally, like the way he was like hitting, yeah. So everyone got their own thing, and it's like could be effective, but karate just seems the one that like anybody who perfects it, it just doesn't translate as effective. Nah, I'm gonna say effective, but it is not like, oh wow, you know.
You know what it is about karate? It
What?
looks cool when you see people do it. It looks cool.
Yeah, right.
Because then you do the kick, and then you do the punch, and then you kind of like, yeah. And it's like, it takes all your senses.
That's
Where
a
you
good
kind of
point.
go like, oh man, this guy looks threatening, right?
Yeah.
But then if you see like someone boxing, all they're doing is kind of like this, right? And they're kind of like doing that, and then that's it, right? So there's like, but Mike Tyson, it's one of the most feared. He was and is one of the most feared people
Still
on this
feared,
planet.
yeah.
So it's just that it has this very visual component to it. Krav Maga, I don't think is very like, right? It's not very like, once you see it, it's like judo, jiu-jitsu, and all that
Krav
stuff.
do have it. I take Krav or whatever, and I'd say it incorporates a decent amount of that stuff. So yeah, it does, but it's just not practiced like because it's not meant to be like as a
It's
sport,
right?
Yeah, it's literally
Defense.
it's like literally defense.
Self-defense,
Like two people most likely attack you. This is how you do it. You kick people in the nutsack. Here's multiple ways, like for real. Like yo, they
Because
teach
you got it, yeah.
There's a multiple way how to kick people in the balls, yo.
Nice.
Like I didn't know I didn't know there's that many ways to kick people in the balls, bro.
Side, front,
Literally,
back,
you got the
from
shin,
ass,
yeah.
from the phone. Well, if they're turned around, that's
Yeah.
like a clear boom.
There
right
you go. Kick them right in the taint. You know, that's
Oh,
another
yeah.
separate area, right? Isn't that like a pressure point?
Yeah.
Yeah, balls and taint is two different pressure points. Just
But that's the way they
yeah, and it's vicious. Like it's very vicious. To be like, do your hands like this, so then you're able to jab in their eye or something like that, or doing it in their nose. It's like things so you live. Like they're like yo, if you don't do this, seconds that are wasted could be your life.
Yeah.
And to show you videos and stuff like that of it or something like that. So everything's all like for like surviving and then running away. So like even like most of the attacks is like you trying to run. If you can run away.
Do you have to? Is there a black belt for Krav Maga?
No, just levels. I would say. Yeah, just levels. Yeah. But yeah, it is yeah. The Krav I don't think will ever translate over to UFC because like BJJ has like a methodology and you're trying to. It's like rules.
Yeah.
Krav is like yo, you just like. Here's the things you to learn how to do it, but you trying to like live, like run away, like yo, somebody might have a knife, even if they teach you how to do it, like don't do your hands like this, do it like this because you have your arteries here. So like we do like it's like a whole thing.
That's the one thing also about like Brazilian jiu-jitsu and all that stuff. Again, the visual. They look like they're fucking each other all the time. They do, but they literally like UFC like. There's like a methodology, like you can really kill someone with like that. You can put them in the headlock and stuff, and they're trying to defend. But if you pause every image of them doing it, and then you intersplice it with a gay porn, you wouldn't even know the difference. It's just visually. That's why. But then that's how you know that's really.
Why would you think it like that?
I'm just saying. I'm just comparing the karate, like why people do that. But that's how you know Brazilian jiu-jitsu is so hyped up or like important because people go past their homophobia to get on top of other men.
If
like
there's violence, I mean, it kind of makes everyone equal, right?
Yeah. But if you describe Brazilian jiu-jitsu, it gets really homoerotic. Like, so what do you do all day? So you just like naked with another dude rolling around in their sweat and shit like that.
I mean, and
But
the violence kind of keeps the heart on down, right?
Yeah.
So then, it's
yeah,
kind of hard to, kind of get it up there and get punched in the face.
yeah,
So, unless you're into that, but it seems like it's highly unlikely.
yeah.
Yeah, it's already happening already. You would have heard something from a fight camp of like some
like
allegations.
a dude that's yeah, they would definitely like everybody would just surround that one dude, just going, dude, that's not why we're here. Why are you doing this?
He's like circling around still with a heart on. What are you talking about? It's just thought you guys.
This is just my other piece of my black belt. I thought this. I thought this is what we were here for. What happened?
What you guys? He's
this
like
is the true self-defense.
He's turning around. Just,
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Yeah,
just like.
That would be funny if there was a guy that's just going like, what? I'm trying to teach you.
Try to approach somebody with it like, oh, hey.
Yeah, it's like, I thought this was jujitsu. What's going on? Ju my jitsu, right?
Ju my jitsu.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Maybe a biblical.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't even know how we got to this, but yeah.
I don't know. It was a good tangent. It was about
the self-defense. Beating your kids.
Yeah, beating your kids and then learn.
Tiger Schulmann.
Tiger Schulmann. Just look. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying beat your kids, right? But like a hit in the face does happen in life throughout history. That is something that occurs. We can't say a time in history when that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And literally probably like this year is like the year where we're like, oh, that doesn't happen as much. Or what? Bro, that was a common day of life for a man to walk in this world, like to get ready to get hit in the face at some point. That just was a thing. I don't know how you grew up the same way, right? You walk in a bad neighborhood, you walked around with the expectation that, I might get hit.
That's why I would just run away.
Yeah, but even sometimes you try to run because sometimes though, there's been cases where not me, but like you run, but they know where you at.
Oh.
Now, unfortunately, people that hit you in the face or could hit you, they right there. They ain't like they ain't like a tourist.
So would you hit your kids?
No, I won't.
Why?
I won't. Because now there's knowledge of better ways to reprimand or or deal with your kids, right?
Yeah,
Discipline. There's other ways, and I feel like we're in a world now where you need more rationalization and like understanding about why things are.
Yeah.
So hitting is too, although it's quick and it's a quick like don't do it, and like usually the ouch just hurts. Okay, I see the what happened, cause effect. I'm not gonna do it again. It just would limit a kid's development or thought process.
It would teach them that's the way to handle things in the workplace. And so, you know what I would teach my kid?
What?
Passive aggression. That's what I teach my kids. I would just teach them that. They would be great in an office. They'd be like, so this is how you send your emails to say fuck you, but yet not saying that.
Yeah, you put a period at the end and just that's it.
Per our last email.
Ooh, that per
our last. That means eat shit and die.
No one ever uses per with pure enjoyment or any type of happiness. It's always with pure negativity. Per negative comment or negativity in nice words.
Yeah, that's what I would teach my kid.
Passive aggressive. Yeah,
I'd be like,
you know what's funny though? But even people that are passive aggressive, they do become aggressive eventually.
Do they?
And weird, bro. I seen it where if their passive aggressiveness doesn't work, frustration builds.
Yeah.
And then it gets aggressive, but it's asymmetrically weird aggression to where it's kind of like, whoa.
Like in an office? Or do you mean
just in general, like even in the office too, where like some people might explode or because I feel like it only works if the other person gets the language. But I don't know, from a cultural standpoint, like passive aggressiveness in my culture is like it exists, but not like quasi do. Like like it's kind of like pick it up. You're dirty. You're a dirty person at leaving this stuff around. Pick it up, or like you stink. Go take a shower or something like that. Not like, hey, did you take a shower today? I mean, I was just kind of thinking that the water was kind of dry in the tub, and like all this wet. It's like, yo, you stink. Yeah. Go take a shower. Your back is dry. We know you didn't take a shower. Yeah. Boom.
Damn.
Yeah, but my bad.
I don't remember. Yeah, it's passive aggression. That's
passive aggressiveness. Yeah, that's wow. That is an American thing there.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about it in the other ones. But yeah, that's what I would teach my kid. I would if they did something wrong, I would just ignore them for a month and then
Ignoring them for a
and then
month.
just make them like, what did I do? Did I do everything wrong?
Just feed
Like
'em-
do like random things.
Don't buy them no candy and shit like that. Well, you know what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want McDonald's? Yeah. Well, you think about what you did before you get these McDonald's.
Oh, you know what would be a good thing to do was like go to McDonald's and only buy yourself the food.
Yo, that would be diabolical.
Yeah.
Or get your son a salad and shit, right?
Don't get him anything. You'd be like, this is the worst
shit.
thing to do. Ask them what they want
Right.
and then order it for yourself. Like eat the food that they want, and then they would be like, why is this person doing? And they're like, that's why.
That's
You
diabolical.
you call your mom a bitch. This is what happens.
I ain't gonna lie. That's oh man. That teeters on aggression and passive aggressiveness.
Yeah. Well, you will feed the kid. You just won't feed them what they want.
Yeah, but dude,
Yeah.
that damn. Okay,
I don't know. Yeah.
that's passive aggressiveness.
Yeah.
But that's diabolical.
Yeah.
That's actually worse than you just you actually just saying like.
Yeah, I don't know what this says
Ooh.
about me that I'm already thinking of punishments for my child.
Oh, it means you want kids. Yeah, you
Is
know,
that what that
yeah,
means?
it means you want kids. You want
Is
kids
that
to share
really?
certain experiences that you would love to, pass along. So,
Wow, maybe that is what that means.
if you don't have that, then do you really want kids?
If I don't think of punishments for my kids.
You think it far ahead. You're planning.
Oh,
You're a
yeah.
planning man. You got your plan set out.
Wow.
Shout out to your future child. He or she is going to be in good hands.
Do you think about that?
What?
How you're going to discipline your kids?
Yeah. I mean, you know what it is? It's whoever I end up with or so like that. I'm more curious about how her and I would, like, discipline.
Oh, because it's got to be a team effort.
Yeah, and an understanding. I mean, if it's from the same culture, then kind of you're not even the same culture anymore. I think we're still in the time now where even somebody from the culture and it's still like, say my culture or whatever, beatings are still a thing. Like it's just
Okay.
still a thing, right? So that I'm not. So if I say
She's
me,
got to not want to do that.
right, or even understand, you know what I mean? Like, so how does that work? Like, because I'm not always gonna be there. So
Yeah.
and that's that ain't just my kid, right? So
Right.
like she might just frustration and just bow, and just be like,
Then you'll come home and then you got to.
and I got to deal with it, and then it's like a interesting thing. Now the kid knows, okay, mommy does this and dad does that, so it's like
Yeah.
a whole thing. But it. So that I think about it in that sense, like the dynamics of two people having different or opposing ways of disciplining the kids, and how that's going to exist in the household.
Well, that's one thing I heard about parenting is like don't ever argue in front of the kid. Like if you both have to want to do the same thing because
right.
because there needs to be like a team effort. Because then if the kid might take advantage of like one of the cracks of your judgment or your
Right.
mother's judgment. So that's why, you would need to talk about that all before. Like, look, what do you agree on? Like, should we do this? Should we do that?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So that's one thing, I guess. But I don't know. The kid will be the kid.
Yeah, right. Until the kid grows and becomes a nephew and not a nephew.
The kid grows and then it doesn't become your son anymore.
Yeah, it becomes the son of someone else's that you're related to.
You just pass him on, yeah.
And just be like, hey, where's my son? You know what's gonna happen. This is part of our culture. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, I think we got a lot here on this episode.
Oh yeah, we did. We went deep, bro.
Yeah, Tiger Schulmann, shout out to you, you scammer. All right.
Yes, I do not condone beating your kids, but if it happens, you figure it out. You
Figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out in your soul how that sits.
Yeah. Figure it out in your soul how that sits.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
That'll be the title of this episode.
how it sits.
Figure it out in your soul how that sits.
Yes. And
Or Tiger Schulmann's is a scammer.
subscribe.
Oh yeah, subscribe, follow. And
leave
if
us a
you see
review.
us on the street, just say hello. Don't be boring or annoying.
Yes. If you see him on the street, don't talk to me.
Yeah, don't talk to him.
No, you can talk to me. I might say hi. Leave us a review.
Yeah, good one. Or else I'll get Tiger Schulmann to whoop your ass.
Yeah,
All
we still know tigers out here, yo. That's what they call
Yeah.
them. They call them tigers.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace. Have a good one.